10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the American Qualifiers for the Summit 5. We're in Phase 1, Friendship, Dedication, Love, facing off against EWolves. I'm Lyrical Dota, joined today by Moppak. Sir, we're seeing a little bit of a change up this time around. It's going to be FDL daring EWolves to take the Tinker as they take the Doom for themselves. How are you feeling and what are you expecting to see this time around?
Just glad they actually picked Doom. How did this hero get ignored through the first phase last time? This hero is just... Hell, you want to fight 4v5 for higher game once he's level 6? Well, too bad, you have to, because it's a Doom. Like, great hero, thumbs up. Very good against the likes of Tinkers and Vokers, those guys that can really just take over a game. Ideally, Van In, of course, would be just a little bit too slippery to get to. In response, they've lost their Beastmaster. Go a different route. Possibly the Enchantress still in 4-role hero. You'd have to imagine it might get banned out in the second phase, just being kind of fresh on the mind if that's what you're looking at. It is a Radiant side where you can take a little bit better advantage of it, and we saw just how great Masoku was putting on that early pressure.
Yeah, he did a great job of it, and this time around might be running the line. Not sure if he's going to try and do that, or potentially they're playing this as a position 5 Lion, which they did last time around. I will say that as I'm doing double duty today. I'm admin and I'm also caster. I'm also production. But one of the things that I noticed that I don't always keep my closest eye on is that EWolves, one of the few teams that prefer the Radiant side, and I think this harkens back again to how much they really want to put into Van and allow him to be the person that runs their game. That if you're running a Radiant side draft, the reason that you take that is because of how much easier it is to play a Radiant side mid versus the Dire side. It's not super significant, but it's important, and it's a little bit harder to gank the Radiant side. So I think that this is indicative of maybe how EWolves want to play the rest of this. Is they're going to take the Lion and the Axe for themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. Some teams are currently preferring the Dire side when they want that like greedy 4-role in the jungle. It's really nice when you're going for something like this Doom that could be in the 4, could be in the 3. You're not quite sure where he's going to wind up. Generally, it's a little bit harder to punish coming out from the Radiant side. You're running it over there, so I think we had the first series today. The same thing happened where both teams, one team preferred second pick and the other team preferred Dire, so it just went their way both games.
10 seconds remaining.
Game 3 though.
We're here, man. We've done it. The other one ended up only going to 2 games, but this time around we're going to be going the distance, and still with one more best of 3 to go. I'll do a quick little plug while we've got people that are set to start on time, or if we're gonna be pushing that series a little bit later. But no surprise to anybody, FDL ban out that Tinker, and we're also not gonna be seeing the Alchemist.
Yeah, the only guy left now would be that lone druid. Someone who's harder to deal with. And he came into one of your drafts. The Smash Axe, though, comment on that one. That's gonna be exciting. At least typically that's his hero situations. I'm not sure if that's what it'll be doing this time. If he goes like off lane with it, couple different lanes in the past, you never really know. If they end up with something like a DK, we could of course end up seeing it mid. Maybe what I would ban out here actually. I'm EWolves because I feel like CC's been having a rough first 2 games. Going mega ideally for him in either case. Like first game it was okay on the Timbersaw, but he like totally dominated his lane or anything. But I'd like to see him on just a more stable hero with something he's been playing a ton lately. Try and give a little bit more direction to the team.
Yeah, I could see that being good. They're also running. They didn't disconnect, did they? They're running pretty low on their reserve time for their 4th ban. Really taking a lot to secure this. What do you think it is that they're sort of worried about at this
Talk
point?
or DK, I think.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. Trying to decide which one they think pair better with the Doom and what they're worried about with the Axe.
Well, they do end up taking the puck out of the pool. Mopax, how do you know so much? You're such an intelligent dude.
I say, Valve, if you're listening, I know you guys are really out for new blood, so give me a call, give me a shout. Anyone wants to make some Reddit threads, some tweets, I don't care, whatever platform you guys talk about Dota on, that would be great. Are we still selling out, right? Yeah, sure.
The frog, he's on there.
He's there. Yes, that would be great, actually. You guys know Chinese, that would be like top shelf stuff right there.
I'm Native American, so send out some smoke signals wherever you are, and just below them in the general direction of Seattle.
Yeah,
hopefully that'll work.
It'll be fine. They might get confused though. A lot of those legalization states up over there, a lot of smoke.
That's
blowing up around, mixed signals there.
Definitely don't want to cause any confusion. Well, they are going to end up taking the Slark out of the pool, and that goes back for now the Nature's Prophet. So. Interesting. We were thinking that this was going to be a Smash Axe. It looks like they might have taken a little bit of a page out of FDL's book and want to run it in the jungle.
It's certainly looking that way. A little bit greedy, kind of like, all right, well, if you guys want to try and go greedy with your Doom, perhaps, then same thing with the Axe. Saw how effective it was, man. I believe the speed run Axe 2 was also done on Radiant side, so that leads me to believe it must be the faster side for doing it.
Okay.
Trying to stack, like generally you want to be like farming one camp, stacking the other, coming back, doing that, suiciding once you're at the your first threshold when you're too low, then you come back in, get your boots. It's nice, man. It's a nice little thing, and there we go once again. So CC will be back on the Timbersaw. I mean, it won them game 1, so why not head right back to it? And can they make the same space for the, like, that was a kind of a crazy game, right? Like, we wound up with this Radiance, somehow turning the game around with some bad dives perhaps from EWolves, and nowhere with some really pushes from the Master of Nature's Prophet, they made the space for him to get the blood.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, and the other thing was that was against a Dragonite in the mid lane, and this isn't necessarily going to be a Van Axe mid. They don't have to run it that way if they don't want to. Instead, yeah, they're going to be going for the DP. I think this is a great answer. Although that being said, they don't necessarily have to run the Timbersaw in the mid lane either. This could be the double bluff now, and possibly going to end up seeing them go back for a different mid hero themselves. But I'm not sure, with Puck already out of the pool, what that ends up being that's so great against DP. I mean, DP is just amazing in general.
Yeah. You probably won't get any last hits against the Death Prophet, I feel like. You'd have to commit more levels into chain. You wouldn't be able to use as much Whirling Death to farm. Kind of a tough call. I'd like to see just a different...
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. And the other thing is that if you do play Timbersaw in that offlane role, maybe you end up being able to roam in and mess with what we're expecting now to be this Axe jungle.
I wonder if... taking their time with this. They're not sure.
Yeah, they are. There's a lot of, I mean, again, keep in mind, this is single elimination, and both of these teams, they stand a decent shot at being able to move on into the phase 2 here, where the winner of this entire first round is going to end up moving on into the upper bracket. So they're going to go for the DK. God, I don't know. This is really bold to do that. I'm not sure if they're really going to be able to get away with a ton. Like, remember our first series of the day? Like, how difficult that was for Veggies going up against Infamous.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
it's just like it seems so needed. You have to have someone more tanky. Someone Timbersaw needs that early start. Like we talked about time and again, as he keeps getting picked. There's no way you can set him up against that Timbersaw. I'm guessing a Lycan ban here, probably, right? Saw him come out. You've got a Nature's Prophet and Death Prophet. There's no other prophets in the game, are there? Pick that up too, I suppose.
An Oracle. There you go.
All
good, right?
Position one. I guess it could be the position axe into the Oracle. All right, sounds good.
It's the long con. Honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world with the DP. Like, you get the false promise and the DP going together. Maybe it would be the worst thing in the world. They'd have to end the game really quickly. And also, the Fate's Edict doesn't do anything against Timbersaw. It doesn't work that great against Witch Doctor. Yeah, they're not going to pick Oracle. We could dare to dream, though.
And now you think, are we going greedy? Is this our forward-roll Doom? And we're looking at...
10 seconds
It should be a while for the Death Prophet to really come online. Axe is going to come up in that top lane early on to try and cut the waves and do his own thing. And you're going to have a Witch Doctor and hero. Do you want Jara? Would have been great. Standard hero for off that kind of like early aggression into your lane. Life Stealer already banned out, so can't run onto that. Tough calls here.
I mean, the other thing to keep in mind is that this is the lineup from Elite Wolves that looks like it wants to push really quickly, and Timbersaw is pretty great against that. The other heroes aren't the best at being able to wave clear, which is something that I'd be concerned about, but Timbersaw should be able to hold towers somewhat effectively. Wow.
Alright, this is a survivable core, I suppose.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay, so it is going to be the position axe. Excellent. Not gonna be handing off to Smash that. I was
Van NP. Interesting.
Oh, that
so,
AA is scary.
Yeah, that's pretty great against the Necro, against the Witch Doctor, the Doom, the Timbersaw, even the Dragonite. All of them, like there's so much about healing and regen. God, if Ancient Apparition hits some of these ultis, Masuko. Oh, are you going to be able to win them the game? That's really what we got to keep our eyes on here. That was a great pick.
Yeah, it isn't. We've heard, like, he was kind of the talk of the panel, I would say, at Epicenter, right? We always had these Armlet heroes coming out, be it Alchemist or Life Stealer or Dragonite, and everyone's like, where's the Ancient Apparition at? He destroys the regen of Alchemist. He destroys those low armor heroes trying to do, or low HP Armlet heroes trying to do their thing. And so, the problem is, like, if you don't hit the ulti, just lose.
Well, I think that this is the way that Elite Wolves are going to play it, and I think it's the way that you have to play the Ancient Apparition now, because everybody moves around so much and there's so much that's built into sort of rotating supports. I think you have to go aggro with this, and I think that Elite Wolves are going to go aggressive tri-lane and put Nature's Prophet down in the bottom lane and just try and pressure out as quickly as they can this Necrophos. And Necrophos, while he can be somewhat strong in lane, those first couple levels, they can be a little bit rough. So I think that Elos are going to go aggro try and then just have the Ancient Apparition with Chilling Touch and, you know, have Lion and him just hit away at these supports. With a Doom as the position 4, I think they could punish this.
Yeah. It's, I guess so. Like, you don't really want to be rotating over his Franz, right? So, I kind of like it. Yeah. I mean, Axe has to go up there. Tower, it's the Necrophos, the early levels, you don't heal, Lion AA. I like what you're putting out here.
We'll see if they're going to like what we're putting out here as well, and if they're going to do it themselves. Well, Iwo goes down bottom, so never mind. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to go over there. Who knows? It's the double bluff. Well, we tried.
Once they see where the lanes actually wind up. I mean, we saw them smoke up at the tower and run top last time, so I'm not holding.
That's
he
a
might
good
be
point.
expecting like an early smoke or something too. They're staying really grouped up together here just to make run into trouble. Oh, look at that line! Look at that Axe line! Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. They're doing it. They've had enough.
Do they have a smoke? They do.
Alright. We'll see now. I mean, Nature's Prophet is hanging out over here in the fountain, so it looks like for the moment they're going to be sending these up here, and Franz, easy CS. I guess that they just want to secure the rune and then they'll head up that way possibly, or they'll just stay down bottom.
Yeah, the rotation might come. Like, there's no point really going up that early. Ideally, you want a couple levels. Like we saw, it was level 5 when they first made the application down from FDL last time. You saw how effective that was on the creep wave. You could just sit there, tank it, a little bit of regen, and you're still fine. Some leftover tangos from the jungle, and tower's dead. So I think around that point we might that rotation come going to. But smoking up mid, they're gonna try a little wrap here.
They're going. They want to party, and MGod is going to reveal his way, and they're going to end up going for the spike. It's only going to connect actually onto one, but still a lot of damage coming out. That's going to end up being a dead Witch Stalker. First blood going their way. MGod is going to be controlled for the moment. They also have the Breathe Fire. They've been able to do a lot of damage here to the Necro, but an early point in that Death Pulse, this might be enough to dissuade them from going any further forward, as it looks like for the moment at least, they're going to be able to chase them away. But yeah, down bottom, it's going to be Axe and Lion who are maybe, I guess that they try and just maybe stack up the jungle here and secure an early Blink Dagger for Axe.
Yeah, his Blink is going to be mega important in this game. He might, I don't know. It depends how you want to play it, right? Like some Axe players here, they would go for the Vanguard, and then they're just going to sit down here and farm the whole time and try and bully out the Timbersaw. Like, that does tend to work better against certain other offlaners comparatively, though. Like, you can't just right-click trade full-time with a Timber. He's just going to chain away, right?
Yeah.
And the other way to play it would just be go for that early Blink Dagger, your Tranquils, go top, take care of that tower, open up map a little bit, getting some deeper wards, and move together with your Lion, your AA, and your Nature's Prophet, which I kind of like. Is they're already setting up mid here.
Yeah, he TP'd in behind. They're going to be able to find this. Like, he doesn't actually have Sprout or anything, but a quick and easy pickoff. Nature's Prophet rotating early.
All right. So I like this. One thing about AA, for the games we've seen, was with the Master for the majority of times. People were relying on that roar just because you needed something where you could hold them in place and guarantee that you hit the ult, because if you don't hit it, you lose. But we haven't seen, at least I didn't see many Axe games. So it'll start with 2-second stun, not the best. Once we're up into like the full levels of Berserker's Call, it should be fairly easy to guarantee the Ice Blast, but early on you're probably going to need both the Axe and the Lion, like syncing up their stuns if you're going to be setting up something here with Masoku.
Looks like Doom there also ended up buying out right before he died, but it was pretty close. Yeah, I'm curious how this is going to go as far as setting up stuns and all that other stuff goes, because they really are relying upon that AA blast early. Do you think that he tries, I mean, you're seeing him already go over to the side here, and he was able to get a couple of pulls off. Is this going to be position 5 Lion, basically, or are we going to end up seeing like an AA Midas?
I would say probably not. I'm going to guess... It kind of depends on the fights. If suddenly you like have a good opener, you take some towers, win some fights, you get in close to like the recipe, then it comes out. But other than that, we've seen a couple like 4 staffs into like Game Magnum Scepter if the game goes that long. I feel like the Blink on the line is just so core up against this DK if you convert ulti, or especially the Saw 2 and setting up for the Axe. Bronze makes this very early rotation. Wow, man. Early Tranquil Boots.
Yeah, he got those pretty quick, and I guess just using that jungle to the maximum effectiveness. It's worth noting, though, that you still do have Axe that's down here and just causing trouble for the Timber already. Timber did have to go into that Iron Talon, so jungling away with that. In the mid lane, Doom is jungling the enemy's jungle, and I guess he was just looking for stacks, basically.
Yeah, try and find some good creeps. Maybe like a Rock Boulder or something. If they want to try and gank mid.
No.
Easiest hero to kill, though. And the pings come out.
I mean, honestly, though, look at the farm rates. Like, Radiant is so far ahead in terms of CS, and it's starting to really make a difference already in terms of net worth. They are going to try and wrap around here and see if they can potentially catch on to Van. They get the stun, and that's going to end up being a kill. Oh, Fairy Fire actually able to get away from that one for the moment, and Body Blocks now onto Franz trying to find the kill. Isn't going to be able to get it as the Death Pulse keeps him alive. That was pretty close, though.
That would have been such a sick kill. He managed, like, he knew he was going to die no matter what, so he tries to go for the body block play.
That was good. Well, again, you've got Iwo who's been playing this fairly effectively and is continuing to try and trade hits. I mean, he's fairly far ahead of, you take a look on the enemy side, the Necrophos here, who really hasn't been able to get it quite as much as that Axe has. That's sort of been the somewhat constant pressure that Van's been able to exert, and denying out a couple of these creeps from time to time.
Yeah, meanwhile, you have an Iron Talon Timbersaw. Generally a sign the game's not going too well. It's not the worst, I guess, with reactive armor. It's kind of... Man, this is kind of hilarious. I hadn't imagined this ability for Timbersaw, but it works out. Farm up to decent levels, but it's going to be as high as you'd like it. Needing that very early Bloodstone just feels so useless without it. Like, yeah, maybe you can make a rotation with, like, Arcanes and your Soul Ring, but...
Right.
Hard game.
Definitely. Well, we'll see where they end up going to next. As far as levels are concerned, you're also seeing that the Radiant are somewhat ahead. The most important of those ones being that the Nature's Prophet's been able to get a quick level 5 and should be able to have pretty quick level 6. So maybe a rotation around to try and kill the Timbersaw and then afterwards take the tower. Do you think that might be in the cards here in the nearest future?
Yeah, I'd say so. Try and get him nice and early on. Maybe the ward's top lane. Oh, good, just to stop him.
Nicely done. Well, yep, he does end up going down there. So they're able to find the kill. Again, Van a little bit too far forward, tends to be played in that on the mid role and having to be relegated to the off lane as they've had Smash take over on the DP.
Yeah, but to further your point, I think getting a little bit of vision, like, maybe they're not expecting back in MGW, but at this point they've seen the Iron Talon and the fact that he's keeping up decent levels. I wouldn't mind seeing these two supports rotate and actually block that off, just because they're not really needed with Evo right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is perfect. Like, we talked about all the other things that the Beastmaster with the AA was very common, but as well, some sort of a core that can go in the jungle, very crucial. Like, Liquid, they were the only team that I would say felt comfortable picking the AA in the first phase, and it's one of the reasons why they were able to actually take out the full tournament. Because they always picked something that can go in the jungle. Of course, the Mataba Man Lycan was the big one.
Yeah.
Axe does just as well for Evo, and that allows this early farm in the level 6 crucial for this hero.
Yeah, they're going to end up running back right into them, and this should be another quick and easy kill as they're going to end up trying to TP in. This is rather bold. Front is going to get jumped on top of with the Haster in there. They are not freaking afraid of this, and he's taking a lot of damage. They also have the cask. Is it going to be enough? No, they're able to survive through it. Smash ends up falling, but I think that this is going to be the swan song for Sand King. He drops down as well. 3 dead in the mid lane, and it looks like they might even be able to
Blink Dagger.
press this down. Yeah, this is a problem. Blink Dagger Axe at 7 minutes in, and a tier 1 tower soon to fall.
Oh, that's a little bit scary. Did they see that TP? No, they didn't. Second one coming through. Back away.
The whole time. AA getting farm. He's almost got his level 6. Like, that whole rotation, it just means that this AH Apparition, as you were saying, is going to be able to get those levels that he needs. Like, they don't even need the Tome of Experience as of yet.
No, and this is the scenario where you can definitely go right into that Midas too. It is opening up for MJW though. As he
Top
comes down.
lane. Besa is getting jumped on. He might end up going down in a second. Can they get the chop? Oh, they don't quite catch him. They're going to try and go with the Sprout, but end up blocking him off. Oh, that was a kill that they want to take back if they can.
Oh man, if he YOLO blinked, he actually caught him. But Bisa slips himself away.
Oh,
Bottom lane.
God.
What a blade.
Well, there's the Hex.
Oh, he's got
and
no
the
mana
stun.
left. He's trying to sneak dukes.
Well, not quite there, unfortunately. They do also catch here on Nasuko. He needs to get out of here. Does not quite have that level 6 either, so he's just going to see how long he can stay alive. It's not going to be that long, though. And he gets taken down. So the dive going back the other direction ends up paying off for FDL. They're doing a pretty great job of it as well.
Well, considering how scary that is when you lose 3 heroes under your tier 2, that's like one of those, oh shit, is this game over? Like, we just lost everything. Bouncing right back, very important to them right now. And again, it sounds like a broken record, but you can't harp on how important this Bloodstone is for W. Yeah, he's moving into the Arcane Boots already, so see if he can contribute to maybe a little bit of D-push in the mid.
I mean, and it's so difficult to even make that happen right now. He's got no mana, basically, so having to go back to base, potentially. They are going to try and see if they can disengage from this. Doom is going to be able to spot out Dan. They're looking for the catch, and they end up popping the Exorcism, thinking about reinitiating. That's actually an Invis Smash, going to run him down. Ancient Apparition Blast is not going to connect, unfortunately, so a little bit of a wasted ulti. Maybe not? Question mark? Okay, that's the thing, I guess.
Easy.
I guess that they just find a kill. That's fine.
And top lane, I mean, position 1 AA. Soku's still doing his thing, controlling all the safe lanes.
Yeah, I know.
He's up away here though.
Well,
Bottom
I mean,
lane.
Actually, I mean, they got to be careful right here because they're bringing over the rest of their heroes. Soku does have
CC
level
one of
6
TP.
up.
Ember
This
has
is
TP. Franz does too though.
this is going to be a jump. This is going to be a quick and easy kill, I think. And the A blast comes through. He is going to drop.
Yeah, cancel TPs, man. You see that? That is a tower.
Yeah.
Let us go, because they are not contesting, and they're in no position to finish right now in FDL.
Yeah. And I think that's why they were thinking about trying to TP quickly, but as soon as they saw the rest of that come out, they just don't have any real great response. Like, they can't even go in and try and secure Roshan, or even moving into their jungle is scary at this point, as Sand King is going to end up getting spotted out here. They've got Van in the area actually doing a little bit of body blocking. There's going to be the catch, and this should be the kill as well, as the right clicks come through and a secondary Spirit Siphon. He falls. EWolves are just all over FDL right now. They know exactly what they need to do. Oh, Trance? Oh, I was wondering if they were going to deny the Tranquil Boots.
just troll them.
Yeah.
What about Smash's EWolves is almost done. Bloodstone watch. 100 some gold. MGW is just like not even taking the risk fights. Doesn't want to slow down his aggression, even though it's rather mild. It seems a bit too risky. Like, if you can't guarantee you're going to show up and get a double kill, basically, it's not really worth it for it to.
Yeah, it's such a difficult situation to be in. Like, if you get up to that level where your Bloodstone is done, then you're in a great spot. But right now, he's just so poor. 5th lowest on the net worth, and more importantly, there's not a great way for him to get back into it either. Oh, top lane. They're going to TP in again, catching Visa. They've got the A blast. That's going to connect. That's a good way to hold somebody in position. And now they're also chasing again here towards Van. Franz, seeing if he can find him. There's the Doom already dropped in. The Witch Doctor ultimate too. Oh, they actually end up losing vision? Maybe? Possibly?
Can they get the deny?
No, not quite. They found Iwa though.
Oh, this is perfect for MGW. Showing up
That
on
was
this one.
pretty good. He ends up going down. Necro finds the kill.
That was a really awkward engagement from Wolves. You saw them actually scanning as well. They were trying to figure out what was happening. Like, where are the heroes? Are they camping? I think they thought that they were camping the Timber bottom. I believe they scanned down here in their own jungle. So they get another kill in.
Yeah, Smash is pretty far forward here and is doing as much as he can. Line in the area.
Oh, nice
Actually,
save.
Earth Spikes. Are you kidding me? Russo goes down. 3 are dead. They lose their axe, but pretty well worth it. Sand King also. They just never stop. Can they get it? There's going to be the catch, and a couple more ghosts fly through. DP finds the kill. Ultra at 12 minutes. Look at all the pings. Oh, they're rather upset right now. Uh-oh.
Oh my god,
no.
he's only at 7k net worth. 1,200 gold. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the BKB. Thank you very much, guys.
Man.
That's lovely. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was not what needed to happen, and unfortunately it seemed like maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Not everybody either didn't have TPs or weren't capable of showing up to that fight, but whatever the case was, it's hurting now. What is this Nature's Prophet building, by the way?
I guess that's the Orchid? I get confused because that changed the Veil build. Always messes with me now.
Right. Same.
But, yeah, it should be Orchid Dota. That's going to be good against the Necrophos. He doesn't really build anything to deal with it that early on.
Okay.
And Timber, too, actually. Like, you're going to finally get a Bloodstone, and he's going to get Orchid.
Oh, jeez. Mid lane again. The CC, he just drops. Nothing doing. Sand King caught out as well. There's going to be the Hex, as well as the call, and he drops. Wicked 6 streak. Oh, man. EWolves are just, they are taking control of this game and not looking back. They're doing a great job.
Oh, man. One at a time. Bottom lane. FGW. Not soon, guys. I got this. Don't you worry. We're going to have a Bloodstone. He's going to... He might have to go for Blink or some way to get himself in. Do something earlier. And I have a game to go back to.
Uh-oh. All right. Good stuff. Keeping track of pause time. All right, we're good to go. Well, okay, where are we at right now? We've got Necrophos. He had to go back for a bracer after picking up the Drum of Endurance and a null tally. It's just like all stats and survivability at this point. What other items do we have that are coming up for any of these heroes? Like M-God's got a Blink Dagger. You've got Axe, who hasn't really accelerated that far in terms of his farm. Is he going for a Vanguard now that he's finished off the Vit Booster?
I've seen it in a couple ways. I've seen some casual Vit boosters on Axe, which is a little bit unusual, but I would guess. Well, I guess he would just now if he won the Vanguard. So I guess this will just be casual for now. Maybe eventually he might think about turning into like the Abyssal or the Crimson Guard if he won it. Like the game goes later, but for now, like a Force Staff's probably more valuable. Just positioning up, to try and get the heroes they always want called up.
Okay. Yeah, they're well, that's something that I always wondered about too, is like the difference between the safe lane axe and the sort of more carry oriented axe. I guess it doesn't really matter all that much, but it's something to like you're still going to be fulfilling the same role basically.
It's all about like reading your specific game. To me, I think the Force is more valuable this game. Other games you'll see like a Shiva's Guard even come out relatively early because it's pretty well with what you're always trying to get done, and maybe you're against pretty heavy physical damage. He might just need a BKB next as well if he felt. I feel like Force Staff BKBs his progression, and then he could go back for something out of it.
Okay. Oh, TP's back. They're hoping for a response right now. Franz is there. They know they need to be able to find a kill here, and the blink from Doom could be enough to secure this. They're going to jump for it. MJW a little far away. Can they find this though? Oh God, he jukes the other direction, and they might be able to get out of here. The Earthspike on it too. The A blast is going to come through. I think that Van might be okay through this.
Living.
They end up being able to find one, but my God, Necrophos goes down at the same time. They're out of mana. Oh, wow. That was not what needed to happen.
Yeah, M-God, earning his name. The transformation is complete. He has ascended.
What a great play right there. I mean, and honestly, just juke the other direction. That was...
Yeah, the jukes were sick, too, from Van.
I mean, all around, just doing a great job. And you saw there the just quick rotations that have come about over and over again. Maybe looking for the Dragon Knight now. Are they going to be able to find it? The A blast come through. It is going to carefully connect on the egg, and that's going to end up being another shatter.
I mean, he was dead anyway, I suppose, but that was just like pixels right there. He's even building into the armlet still. He's like, nah, he'll miss, I'm sure. Eventually, one of these times.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about the Ancient Apparition, and I was very confused for a moment, but okay, Franz jumps into the trees. It's all good. It's all good things that are happening. We're fine. Again, it's such a difficult game to be playing against. Like, you've lost all semblance of map control, and you even have right now the EWolves who, you know, they've placed down these sentry wards where they thought that wards were going to be, and now they're going to be able to get that D ward that happens as soon as they step back up here again. The jump forward are going to be able to catch on AWO. This could be what they need to be able to turn this one back around. Death Ward ends up dropping, trying to find him. Chakram just barely on the edge, and this might be enough to turn it back around. Necrophos finds a kill on the axe, and that's 60 seconds without him. They got to make something happen here.
And you can see, he actually did go back despite having like 1,500 gold. He was finally like, oh, I guess I'll go back and finish off my my Vanguard here. So purchases that one up, and then he's heading into the Blade Mail, which I totally forgotten about, which makes a lot more sense when you have an Orchid coming up from your Nature's Prophet. You will be needing a little bit more of damage out, so it can be great up against the Necrophos and the Timbersaw, especially the Timbersaw.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great item pickup for him. I mean, again, being able to have that Vanguard early means that you're a little bit more survivable against the damage. Like, basically at this stage, Dragon Knight does nothing. He's got treads right here at 16 minutes, 17 minutes into the game. He's really, really poor. And because of that, they just don't have to worry at all about the damage that's coming in. They're also going to be able to get this D ward with the DP illusion. So very frustrating indeed that whatever small bits of vision FDL did manage to have previously, it's all gone now. And Dire's going to use the scan to see if they could find somebody, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, they're already gone. They've moved on out. They're going to do a smoke of their own. They might end up running into each other. They have one on the line. They will. Fading out. Smash, hoping he's a reward here, I'd say. Some detection already.
Oh, Franz. Okay, blink forward. There's the BKB. It's been popped for Smash. I mean, he's not going to end up getting jumped there. They are going to be able to kill off M-God, so that's another one going their way. Doom is going to be halfway through its duration now, and if they want to, they could think about jumping back in and
think they're gonna turn
reinitiating. This could be really
The
bad
Orchid's
for
gonna
them.
be huge
There's
here.
going to be the jump, maybe looking. They've got the increased move speed. There's the drum charge. They
Bonus.
don't actually hit onto the call, though, but the A-Blast is going to come through and connect onto several. Debuff applied as well onto the Timber Saw, and suddenly an explosion of anger comes out, and that's going to be Stan King going down. Godlike streak again for Smash. 10-1 on this DP, and he's doing it well. This is so devastating.
Yeah, I have no idea what to chase that. Like, that's pretty much the dream. This is like why you bought a beacon. Like, yeah, you can get Doom through it, but you're still magic immune. So they can't follow up with the Doom. They wasted Doom. You get away from the fight. They don't kill Smash with like just clicks or anything. You lose just your Lion. I don't know how they thought they weren't going to come here to turn that around.
Oh god, Van, Orchid, couple right clicks. He's just playing with them right now. Might be able to even find this kill. That was the soul burn that came out, and the A blast is going to go through, but it looks like it's not going to be able to hit, as they weren't able to control him for long enough. M-God drops the ward, spotting him out. There's the TP away.
God.
They're out.
That was so close.
I do
complete. Beast of Dagon.
I do like the Doom build, though, going for this Blink Centaur Stomp. It's the other way of initiation. We haven't seen it played all that often, but, you know, the 2-second stun, basically having a really great form of initiation and team fight ability. It's something that is pretty cool.
Yeah, if you can do up the Death Prophet, as we've seen, even if you don't get it through, like, she gets the BKB off, it's still fine. She can't ult. Can't totally wreck your team. Maybe you can fight, win that, and get out before it's up and active, and Smash just go over.
Mm-hmm.
Finally see that Midas come up here. Kind
M
of
should
late,
be.
but it should still be enough to propel Masoku a little bit higher.
I'm also looking at this right now, and I love the ward from the Radiant here, being able to spot everything with the secret shop. Lion's just been keeping an eye on all of the action that's been coming through. Again, another little A blast is going to fly onto the bottom
Bisa
lane.
has no movement items.
Oh, there's the stun, there's
nice.
the Dagon. Yeah.
That was good bait. That was really good. And they knew that Lion was going to blink forward that too for the Nature's Prophet and the Axe.
Yeah.
And now they're going to smoke up, hoping that there were more heroes that actually came and going to try and go into Evo. But knowing that those two are there, surprised that they, man, like they're still smoking here. You think they might actually try and come top or something?
We'll see. Again, it's MJW right here, who's almost built into that bloodstone. He's so close at this point.
Oh my god, I totally forgot actually. He didn't even go back for anything.
Yeah, it's been a rough game. There's no
only died
question about
once.
it. I know, that's the thing.
AFK, dude.
And you look at this, Smash is already starting to take down the tier 3 tower in the top lane. Like, there is not a great answer to this right now, as the tier 3 is going to drop. They've got the DD on DP, but the bigger thing is that they're going to be able to spot a couple heroes that are moving in. There's going to be the call forward, trying to catch on to one. MJW is going to end up being the one that goes down. He ends up shattering, and unfortunately, oh god, that really hurts. You hate to see that. He was so close to Bloodstone.
It's a damn shame, ain't it? Exorcism's down. That means Roshan. They can just. Who cares? I'd say that would probably be a nice little target for them. That last tower as well. Could be knocked down by EWolves. Open it up a little bit more. Can they really contest Roche? I mean, like honestly, without the Bloodstone, you get like what 6 spells or something out of Timber.
Yeah, he's not really capable of doing a whole lot. I do kind of. I'm curious as well, as far as this Nature's Prophet, like. He's gone for this build where you're just capable of picking people off, kind of, and as this game goes on longer and longer, like, he can probably come close to soloing the Necro, if Necro happens to be alone for too long. Like, all of these items for Elite Wolves are just so built around being able to have the single target pick-off potential if they try and rat, and also have a great team fight presence.
I like this too. They're just slowly moving as a unit from EWolves. Try not to allow any pickoffs. They know there's a Blink Doom. Any smokes up, they just purchase one. So look, they are grouping up here. Right inside vision, nothing too. Again, the secret shop board though.
He's
Handy
just scanned
stuff.
the Roche pit.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Dire did.
Dire's bottom
Oh, nice scan. They actually just sniped that.
Jeez.
Wow. That was nice. So they know that they were getting ready to defend. And they should know that that's going to lead into some sort of a smoke play if they don't see like multiple heroes come out.
God, this is... They're really well prepared. It feels like in this last game, after the initial start that kind of went their way, EWolves have just sort of ran away with it. You know, 12k net worth lead with 10,000 experience, and you said it earlier that...
Oh, does the illusion work?
Oh, God. That hurts. That was everything. I mean, they didn't pop the Necro ulti.
I mean, just be happy they didn't do him.
Yeah.
Dire's middle
They
tower
revealed the
is
full
under
smoke.
attack.
I mean, what's the Doom? You know they were all
Yeah.
much of a difference.
Well, Ewo spots it out, and now you've got the DP Octarine core. So guess what? That cooldown drops down to nice 108 seconds. Still fairly long, but
Barracks are under
capable of
attack.
taking it. They did also pop the Dragonite ulti. They're going to TP in Van. They spot him, jump forward, are going to be able to catch. Also going to be able to find the Orchid onto CC. He's in so much trouble right now, and they're going to try and TP away, but the Earth Spike from afar, that's going to be another catch, another kill. Oh my God. EWolves are just all over it. They know exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that'll just be tower. I don't think there's enough time left, right? I mean, it's still like half duration, but go. Oh, they'll just go right.
Mop packs.
They don't care. They
What
don't
do you
care
do
about
now?
Roche. You know, I'm just me being nuts to you.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
You guys are welcome. There's some secret knowledge. I didn't want to like blow your mind or anything.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they might go right for the tower, but then the Roche.
This is the safer play. I'm pretty impressed. This isn't something that you always end up seeing from American Dota, is people going for the Roshan first, particularly with the DP ulti. Like, it's on such a low cooldown at this point that they're going to be able to go in with a really quick one and then take down the tier 2 tower. And obviously there's no way that FDL were going to be able to stop that. The good news though is Timbersaw is his Bloodstone. So like, we're good to go now.
All 12 charges, man. The dirty dozen. I see some work here, MJW. Do your thing.
I mean, realistically, it's a lot of damage that comes out. So if they're capable of hitting like a nice Dragonite stun and find a couple with the Chakram going through and the follow-up there, it can be really effective. And maybe suddenly you get a bunch more Bloodstone charges and you bring it on back.
Realistically, he like just entered the game.
Yeah.
Like, MJW hasn't actually been a hero yet. So what do they have? We haven't really talked about. So in a time that has Bloodstone to get completed here, we now have a Orchid. It's gonna be up against him. We have a Blinking Lion who also has a gem. Going around the map, you have the Ancient Apparition alt, and here are you building? That is that a Lotus Orb? I think that's gonna be a Lotus Orb. For
I was
up
wondering if
against
this was
the
going to be a
Necro.
refresher. Okay. Lotus Orb, pretty good. I like it.
That's kind of dope. All right, I can dig that. What else do they have? They have the Axe, of course, who has his blink as well as his blade mail. You're just getting your. I'm now a hero.
Mm-hmm.
So MJW, he needs that dream fight where you get like 3 kills, or at least you get some sort of a wipe. Maybe EWolves overextend, and he just suddenly has some charges. He can gold. He can farm up that BKB using it. Already, like the mana regen. It's amazing as Timbersaw how much it increases your GPM once you finally have this damn item.
Yeah, it really is. And it looks like the tier 3 or tier 2 tower is going to go down. Now we're waiting for the next one to go down as well. They're just going to play it safe though. Again, like, there's no reason to try and pressure this when they don't need to. And this is something that we hadn't seen in the earlier games today, was teams that were making sure, all right, the creep waves are fully pushed out. Now we're going to back out. We're going to try and pressure it again along the top side. So maybe Franz is going to be able to find some form of initiation here. Like, you need to be a little bit careful if you're Smash. But, oh, this is actually a little bit scary. If they're able to get the Doom off. Smash looking.
Now.
Oh, BKB, there's the Doom. He actually got his ulti off. They're going to chase. Oh my god, they were ready the whole time. Franz is in so much trouble. Maybe going to be able to turn this one back around. Van ends up dropping, but that's just the Aegis. Rest of the team trying to show up, see if they can get into this one. The Exorcism is still going.
Oh,
The Ablot has already dropped a ton of damage coming out from that Mjolnir. They're going to be able to completely dismantle them. Franz falls, and it looks like CC is going to drop relatively shortly as well. There's a ton of Suctina going on all over the place.
Come
here.
on,
As
MJW.
it's all fallen, and
Be the hero
oh
I know
my
you
god.
can be.
He's got the Bloodstone.
I
Run!
can't run. I can't die.
Oh no, he's actually losing a lot of mana right now. There's going to be the Earth Spike and the mana drain. He's no longer silenced, but now hexed, and they're just going to leave him alone for the moment. M-God is the only one that was chasing. Where's his team? How did that happen? That's a gem.
It's like pushed.
He left the gem on the ground, I guess? I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
Alright, nice. Easy.
Lion shouldn't
He's
have
a
died there. Oh, God. Ags on the axe.
Nice. This is a fun one. I like it. Relatively like low HP pools. There's someone who's mega tanky. I mean, the Dragonite. Okay, with Armlet, he's. I don't know if he's willing to turn that thing on, but like other than that, crazy. Who's he tankiest? It's probably the Timber. Yeah, he's approaching 2K. So now with that Agnim's at level 3, it's going to be 400.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, actually it's 550 to set.
Well, they're going to test her right now to see if they can make it happen, and he didn't quite get it. Missed the dunk. It's down on a low cooldown though. He could reinitiate if he wants to. No, not going to do it. BKB's already going to pop top lane though. They're going to chase now after Van, looking to see if they can find a kill. He needs to be able to do this. He's going to try and TP away, dropping very low, and no, he ends up going down. They find the kill in the end there. 1,100 gold going the direction of Doom. That being said, they still got problems down bottom where Iwo and Smash are hitting away at this tower, and they have very little fear of anything that's going to be going their way. They actually end up breaking the call and ended up being in a little bit of trouble. They also are able to break the Witch Doctor ulti, doomed on a Smash, and Iwo trying to find his way out of there. They're not going to be able to find that kill. Smash is still regenerating free. That's with the Octarine Core. They get the A blast onto several as well. He's trying to run away from there, but he's going to end up dropping. Meanwhile, they need to turn off that Armlet on the Dragonite before things go awry. The team fight went kind of terribly for Elite Wolves. There's a lot of gold that's going to go back the direction of FDL.
Yeah, I mean, Mystico's actually M-God himself. Oh, he's going back in Evo because he lived. M-God gave me life. I shall give you death.
He's going to be able to dunk him if he can get it between the Armlet toggles. He's looking. There's going to be the call. They're dropping low below the threshold. He needs to hit it. There's the dunk, and Axe finds the kill. Yeah, indeed.
Oh, okay. So he should have been dead, but
yeah.
As that fight's going off, M-God, full HP Lion, links into like the racks essentially, goes with the Earth Spike onto Bisa, and then hexes up the alting Witch Doctor. Like, what a player! You can't disjoint them.
That's pretty good.
Dang it, that works.
I missed that one at the end there. They're gonna try and see if they can find a kill onto Bisa. He's gonna drop. Unfortunately, the Necrophos is pretty poor. He's starting to catch up now again, but this has not been the cleanest of executions that we've seen in the past couple minutes here.
Yeah, I think they feel like they have that insurmountable lead where it's almost a definite possibility at this point, but it's true. They didn't get, like, it all started because they lost that Aegis right away. They never had that chance to actually organize around it and really nice push. And so we've kind of got into this, like, chaotic, little bit of around the map feel. Great for the side of FDL. Like, MJW, 14 Bloodstone charges. He has farmed amazingly well with this Bloodstone now. BKB, 1,400 gold. He's got himself buyback in 15.
We talked about it. It's what he needed to get, and he got there already. We'll see if he's going to be able to translate that into more, but, like, I don't know. This is kind of a difficult position for them to be in still. They've still got the sort of semi-4 cores with the Necro, Doom, Dragonite, as well as that Timbersaw, but Ancient Apparition is definitely becoming a player now with that Lotus Orb. Like, he's providing a good amount to that as well, so if Necro accidentally ultis himself, this could rapidly turn really bad for them. Or Doom, too. I mean, they've got both of those.
Yeah. Who do they Doom here? Because you have two things to worry about between your Doom and then the Reaper Scythe was that Lotus Orb. Very scary.
I think either way, if you get either of those onto either Doom or Necro, then you're going to feel pretty comfortable. I mean, there's also the whole idea of, you know, trying to... Can they take anything off with it? You can take Dragonite stun off, right?
With the Lotus Orb? It's...
Ooh.
Shield. I don't think it turns off spells. It takes off buffs. Or, sorry, stuns don't.
Smash is very deep. He's going to try and take down CC here, and they end up forcing the BKB off on MJW. They tomb Smash and also going to Reaper Sight them, but he's still surviving through this. It doesn't matter. In the end, he ends up going down. Now they might have overextended slightly. They
Oh.
lose Smash very rapidly, and
Go MJW!
are they actually going to be able to do this? FDL are turning it around. They're winning these team fights.
Yeah, they're just, I don't know, like, you don't have this big open map that they've been preying on. Oh, they're coming back on this one. This is what they want. They want fights out here. This is where they shine.
Oh, they're going to go onto the Witch Doctor right from the start. That's going to be a very dead hero. Getting the movement speed bonus, thinking about going on to Visa. Instead, they're going to chase over to the side here, able to get the control for the moment, doing a lot of damage, and they're seeing if they can find this. Oh, they missed the dunk on the Dragon Knight. It looks like he's going to be able to survive through it. Armlet toggling away. They feed away the second highest net worth hero. Again, just a lot of gold going back the direction of FDL. And they're going to try and hit here with the A blast. It's actually going to not connect. CC realizing what was coming his way, and he dodges it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually seen, like, these fights. The way they're turning out here, look at the lead. 15k. Maybe look at Visa's up. Okay, yeah, that'll do. No way to do her. But it's shocking how much value they're getting out right now from FDL.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it like the Witch Doctor just got a Glimmer Cape simply from finding that kill a little while ago, even though he ended up getting killed off. So now you've got like this great item in terms of being able to deny out damage that comes from the Ancient Apparition. You can also maybe try and save a carry. Like I was thinking if he was going to go back for an Ags, but he's not nearly close enough to that as of yet. But still, like they're letting them get back into this, and you can't. Against a lineup that has this many cores, I don't think you can do that against FDL. All of their heroes scale so well. They got to right the ship.
I'd say so. We haven't seen, like, the way you imagine this. It's like Lotus Orb, Death Prophet. She's sitting up front, right? She's attacking buildings. You don't have the option of the Doom initiation. You don't have the option of the... Like, you don't really have any initiation with Lotus Orb. That's
right.
Kind of the dream right there, right? And then if you try to make any sort of a maneuver where you are just coming in with like movements and some spells that aren't far away Doom and everything, that's when he was supposed to be counter-initiating. Ice Blast has to be coming in. It's a lot harder for them to always guarantee the Ice Blast as well when it's in the push. It's so much easier when it's like these ganking scenarios where he's like hiding behind some trees and you're just falling. It's a great wrap again. Man, FTL, they are just getting movements right now.
They're on it. They know exactly where they need to go.
MJW.
They're going to jump around, able to get it off, but they already got the DP ulti, and now the come toward the MJW is not doing near enough damage. Bazooka gets taken out now, and Smash is also starting to drop really low. They're going to be able to do a ton of damage here. Elite Wolves are all the way down. They're going to be able to kill off Man and looking for another now. Look at MJW. He's got 1,000,010,000 Bloodstone charges. Who says the 21 minutes isn't a good timing? A 5-man team wipe, and all they lost was that Necro. My God. It's time to push.
Their positioning has been so fantastic from FDL and from EWolves that it's like they're in like bubble suits or something and they like can't touch each other, or like I don't know, they don't want to be in the same area. There's like 2 guys up here, everyone's all around. You're not seeing this organized push that you're expecting when you see a lineup like this with, you know, maybe Nature's Prophet could be another lane or something like that, and you put some wave pushing here. There's nothing. It just looks so chaotic, and man, what a sick wrap. Oh. That's
it was
good.
So good. DK did like almost 4,000 damage in that fight just by virtue of a couple of spells and his right clicks. And you're seeing now MJW trying to cut the creep wave, because guess what? They still haven't taken the tier 1 tower top. Like, they've been so far behind in terms of the objectives that they've been taking that they've got a ton of catch up to play, but that also means it's a lot of gold that's going to go into their pocket. You've got a 10,000 net worth lead right now and around 5,000 experience, but the heroes from FDL just do so much more. Like, the fact that Ancient Apparition is just now going back for his Aghanim Scepter, think about if he was getting this, like, I mean, how much gold is at Lotus Orb? He probably would have had it by now.
Radiant's top tower
Oh yeah, he
is under
definitely
attack.
point. And the sentiment of using that Lotus Orb to try and get that organized push that we're talking about, where it's going to be so helpful for the Death Prophet to actually go high ground, but the problem is they never actually like got a chance to use it, it seems.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that they don't have a Rax when it's 36 minutes in and they had that lead for so long. And in the first game, when FTL won, when we talked about like they were behind and then Radiance, but it was all about those map movements down the towers, trading evenly when it seemed impossible. And once again, it's the superior positioning that's doing it for FDL. Like these crazy smoke plays where they're ganking in behind. Last time it was towers, but now it's these insane late game team fights, and it's one of those things that we said before, but when you see teams doing these kind of decisions, it's so impressive and also like gives you a lot of hope for them like staying together and like increasing their skill sets, I think, in a lot of other ways, just like building off of that good synergy, a good teamwork, and someone like making a lot of really good calls.
Yeah, they really are. Somebody, whoever it is that's sort of giving them the coaching right now, they're earning their money's worth. You've got Witch Doctor also, who's halfway to his Agnum Scepter. They're going to jump forward and try and catch here on Visa. He is going to end up dropping finally, but Van is also here. Okay, all right, okay. Crash on DK. Interesting. Interesting. All right, I'm
You got work to do, I know. It makes sense though. He oh, I guess they're both BKB. Oh wait, no, they're not. Because he ulted 4 seconds ago, but he didn't throw it as stun. Like, no way that would have happened otherwise, right?
All right. Well, looks like we're good to go. Game is going to restart again. They used about a minute of pause time, and looks like it's time to party. They're going to be able to get the stun onto Iwo, and also have the Witch Doctor ultimate coming out. That's a lot of damage going their way. They're going to be able to find the kill. DP does manage to pick up the Aegis, and she has Refresher available, but they need to try and make their escape now. This could be a little bit of a scary situation if they're not out of here in time. MJW? He's looking. They jump forward. They catch. Smash has actually popped his BKB and now gone into ulti form. They need to step away from this. Bronze is going to be able to get out of there for the moment. MGod trying to chase in it. Looks like, at least for now, Stan King is going to end up getting dropped down by Van on the other side. They managed to find the kill only on the Witch Doctor. So
they know MTW doesn't have a TP though. But it looks like they'll let him go. Or, well, off cooldown. There he goes.
They forced the BKB and the Refresher out of DP, so to me that seems somewhat worth it here, because they're not going to be able to push again for a little while, I don't think. If they do, then it's not going to be the greatest of fights for them.
That push is going to be really scary, though. That is going to be the death one, it would seem. Like, all these other defenses have been incredible, really great movement as well, but you're now dealing with Aegis, Refresher, Death Prophet. That's some scary stuff. So a minute and a half when that'll be back up and active. Plenty of time left. They should be able to like properly organize, but if he tells these past couple of fights, maybe FDL can pull one out. Perhaps they can get the Prophet, just make it so Smash can't pop that Refresher, can't get everything done, gets everyone else down, and then he's just the lone one standing.
Well, one other thing to keep in mind here is that we do have one more smoke on FDL, and if they're able to get this one somewhat effectively and able to take a fight outside of their base, they've got Shadow Blade on DK. This could be what they're looking for to try and turn it back around, because if they wait until EWolves are at their base, that's where things go really awry. Also worth noting, we do have Necrophos with a Ghost Scepter, so going to be able to survive through that burst that comes out from the DP. And the Dagon level 5 as well. And now an AC up also on this Timber. They're going to be relatively tanky. Like, it's true that this push is going to be hard for them to deal with, but I think that, like, you compare it to the position they were when the throws started to come around, they can actually hold this, I think. No. Still stuck at that same net worth. We'll see if FDL is going to be able to use their
doing my thing again.
Smoke.
You know me.
No problem, man.
The AC for MJW, that's an interesting one. Just because it's so rare to see an item that's not related, other than BKB for a Timber Saw, but he specifically wants a Necrophos. So he's not picking up an AC, and the physical damage coming out from Evil, very real. That's what we're looking at. Refresher, low Orb.
Other side, Van. They're going for it. The Van is going to be able to be split pushing on the other side. They need to be able to come and defend against this, and Bean is actually going to be the one that rotates. They actually force him back for the moment. They can jump in if they want. BKB's already gone. They're going on to Iwo. He's going to be the person that they decide to jump on, but Dagon going back into Bean's face. Smash is starting to fall low. The Doom is down on him, and that's the first Aegis. Can they find this kill? Ancient Apparition Ultimate comes through. They're going to see if they can kill her off and do a ton of freaking damage. She doesn't have anything. They can't stop it. Van is actually going to be able to do a lot here. He takes down one of the Barrets. But I think that I still think that this is somewhat okay for FDL. It's going to come close. They lost too.
Yeah. Melee Rax is really rough. So finally, this is like literally exactly what we said. Alright, Death Prophet on the high ground with a Lotus Orb and Nature in the other lane punching towers.
Yeah.
With all these items now, it got a little bit risky. We're able to burst down the Axe and the Death Prophet now from the side of FDL, but so solid. So what do you need? Just get like one more pick off here. Everyone has buyback on the Radiant, I'm going to assume that way. Except for the AA, but concern. I like how aggressive they're being during this 40 seconds of downtime of the DP. If they could even knock down a tower, it would really help in case they do get a chance at a YOLO push.
Van's got complete eyes all over them, though, and there's the jump forward. They're going to be able to get the Hex, as well as that Finger of Death, and now maybe seeing if they can kill him off.
Oh,
MCOT's going to be
Bisa?
able to walk away. They're doing a lot of damage here, but not nearly enough, and Bisa still looking to see if he can find it. It looks like he's going to be able to walk away. They end up being able to kill off that Lion, and MJW is controlled for the moment. He might have to suicide here. Pops the BKB, seeing if he can run away for the moment, and Masuko chasing it down, and they're going to be able to kill him off. The Maledict damage is enough. They lost the Doom, but they got the Lion in the AA. And as you mentioned, no buyback.
Yeah, it was also the
deal.
gem online, and Doom did ping it out, so they should know it's there. Yeah, the courier will just grab him on the way back.
All right, looks like they're wanting to push this a little bit more. Van is going to go for the courier snipe, ends up being able to get it. Really well done. That was actually Sand King's 2 pieces of his ultimate. That would have been his Aghanim Scepter for the Witch Doctor. Oh, that hurts. 3 minutes without that.
Oh, I just realized that was the Radiant courier. Doom actually pinged out the gem going down. Damn.
Okay. So Radiant are able to pick up the gem, and then they end up losing their courier. A little bit of sloppy play from both sides here towards the end.
Oh no, Radiant got the gem, and then Dire lost their courier.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that like you end up being able to take down both of the barracks up in the top lane, and then you get the the melee one over here, but you also lose a lot for it. I don't know. I guess that they weren't able to take too many objectives off the back of it, so it didn't end up mattering. But I just worry about the potential that you're seeing. Like MJW has 25 Bloodstone charges and 3,600 gold. If he wants to now, he could go into Aghanim Scepter potentially and just start like doing tremendous amounts of damage. Do you think that that's the play at this point? Like give the gem to somebody else?
At some point he has to transition to a bigger item, probably. I don't know. Can he go Shivas? Yeah, probably Shivas. Well, maybe he can just go Aghanims because Bloodstone is so insane, and they do need more damage. I feel like more burst. But yeah, I'm actually like so down for Aghanims this game.
I love Aghanims on Timbersaw.
It's an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, if you're capable of sustaining it, and I think that at this point he can. Like, they just need to be able to burst down that DP before she kills off, like, the Witch Doctor or whatever. And Witch Doctor is going to be able to start to do that damage, too. Like, you've got the AC now up on Timber, so you're also going to be able to get a damage amp from the Death Ward. It's level 3. Like, it's pretty tremendous.
Man, I just noticed that CC's BKB is only 8 seconds. Doing a really good job in these fights, despite the AA blast, and obviously still going for the armlet build. Hasn't been dropping too much lately.
We got a Bloodthorn on deck.
Holy shit, everyone's buyback is gone.
Nobody wants to do anything besides fight. Nature's Prophet has his, and actually we did just get the Timbersaw finish off his as well. But BKB on Axe, fresh 10-second one.
What happened to the buybacks? What's going on? Why doesn't my DP have buyback?
She's building a Shivas.
Can you imagine if they killed Smash right now? That would be devastating. And they have the heroes for it. I mean, they have a Necro and a Doom.
Oh,
and he's going in.
All right, they're gonna fight this. Van is gonna end up going down, and
Smash is
maybe gonna be able to turn this around. Smash is dropping super low. He's gonna end up popping. They don't have a buyback on him, and oh god, this could be it. Oh my god, I don't think that they realize that he doesn't have buyback though.
I mean, like, how could you? Just assume.
Oh my god. All right. FDL, with 70 seconds left, they didn't get the Necro ulti off, which is the one downside. Witch Doctor now has his Ags too. All of the pieces are coming together for the comeback of the century. They were ahead by 20,000 net worth, and now it's down to just 5,000 with relative evenness in terms of experience. Like, they're going to jump forward looking for something, but look at how aggressive EWolves are playing, even though DP doesn't have buyback. What are they doing? How are they this far forward?
It's like the peacock with its feathers. It's like a big scary thing, you know? when really, there's nothing really on there.
Oh my god. Dragon Knight's going to be able to find him too.
They have a gem, don't they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they mega have a gem.
All right, well, they're
Timbersaul's
jumping
coming
in.
in.
It's going to bring him low. They end up bringing in MJW, doing a lot of damage and going to try and TP away for the moment. They're going to chase, looking for the blink in just a second. Able to catch there onto MGod. He drops. Again, 20 seconds before DP and Nature's Prophet are going to be back up. They are falling to pieces.
It might actually cross over the threat. Like, what's our total lead now? It's into the, like, 1,000 range.
It's even. I can't believe that this is the way this game has gone. They were looking so good for so long. They jump in again, are going to be able to catch on to Necrophos, but there's the Witch Doctor ulti. It's going to start to go onto the axe as well, and he's going to drop. They drop the AA ulti, and it's going to connect. That is going to be an Agnum Scepter upgraded ultimate. But again, you've got the Glimmer Cape on this Witch Doctor, so I don't think he's going to die. Oh, God.
No, it should be fine.
Every team fight... Oh, man, is he... Yeah, he's good. Every team fight feels like it's just going FDL's way. They only need to lose one to lose the game, basically, though. That's the downside to this.
Well, we saw game 2 where they put all their eggs into Van, and they're just like, alright, go, man. I need you to carry this game. You have to be our tinker. And the same thing this game with MJW. Like, alright, we're gonna let you get a Bloodstone for like 20 minutes and not even play with our team. And he did it, man, he never delivered. He was 2 deaths when he got this thing. He died yet. 29 charges, 40.8 mana regen. That's pretty good. Yep, that's alright. Every 5 seconds of the Bloodstone, though. Or the BKB.
And I think that he has an ultimate orb that's coming out to him right now.
Yeah, I think that's Scythe, probably?
Yeah. Also, they've got the Aghanims on Necro as well as the E-Blade and Dagon 5. This build by the Necrophos, like, what? I mean, we were looking at his build. He had gone drums into Bracer, into Null Tally, Dagon. He was so poor before, and now he's just barely behind the Death Prophet. Like, they've been able to team fight their way back into this, and this isn't something that you always see from NA Dota. I feel like more often than not, when you talk about this region, it's winning lanes hard and then just sort of stomping from there. But they've been able to come back into it through, like, communication, coordination, team fight. You talked about it, positioning. They've been doing such a spectacular job.
Yeah, it really is one of those situations where one fight and it should just be over. Death Prophet with pressure, so you don't really have to worry about not being up to find the top lane.
Oh my god, he has that
buyback. Eggs. He bought it.
That's potentially it. If they're able to take this. Oh my god. All right. And honestly, they're going to have that stuff back up again in a little bit. They can take this fight. DP has ulti, has refresher, Aegis, but it's 4-on-5 now.
Oh, can they get the counter pick though?
Oh, they're looking. Seeing if they can find him. He turns, fights. MGod, they actually ended up missing the call. Oh no, Iwo. I don't know what happened right there, but they were able to break it and now going to chase after the axe a little bit further. Able to get the Dragon Tail. He's going to drop. They're going to lose another. Oh my god, 80 seconds. No Necro. Oh my god, I can't even handle it.
Done. Just no way.
FDL pulling a miracle one. A 20,000 net worth lead. We were all but calling them out, and they had the Aegis on DP, they had their ulti up, they ran in, got killed over and over again.
Bisa finally buying that Agnus Step. He's like, what an item, and what a time to buy it. It's like the first time he's had a really clutch anyway this whole game.
And now, tier 3's down, barracks are dead, no buybacks, they're gonna go for it. FDL are going to be able to pull one of the biggest comebacks I've seen in a really long time. And off the back of this 31 Bloodstone Timbersaw, we were giving him crap for so long, all throughout the whole course of this game, and he threw it right back in our face. Very well played, MJW. My god.
Oh, they're actually just going to leave it. They're going to keep playing safe. Maybe they just can't guarantee the fact that Axe doesn't have buyback and they get called under towers for half. That is a risk that you can't really afford. Like, there's a 3-man call here or something. And into a blast, then they lose the game. But that is only going to really even out the rack score.
I can't believe that this has really ended up happening in this way. And again, you like the net worth doesn't really tell the tale here. They finally took down, these 2 barracks, the 2 up top and then the 1 down in the bottom lane. and they just threw too much away at it. And now you got the sheep stick up on the timber saw. They're in a commanding lead, not just in terms of items, but just position around the map. And sure, like they don't have any vision right now. Elite Wolves, they've got it all shut down by that gem that got picked up earlier.
Well, they're going for the smoke again. One more pick, of course, with the. I mean, they just saw what happens with this site with the Acceptor, so they're ready to do it again.
I mean,
Very
granted,
risky. They're all here. Ice Blast is so hard to hit in this.
This is really scary too, because if either team loses this fight significantly, they're going to end up losing the entire game. Smash has been controlled. He didn't get his ulti off. He's doomed. He's dead in just a second. They end up being able to take him down. Can he get it off as the Aegis is going to end up popping the second time through? They're actually doing a lot of damage, able to kill off the Witch Doctor. No more of him this fight, but Smash trying to stay alive. He might be able to do it. Goes for the refresher. Eul Scepter lifting him up into the air, and he's regen back up to full. Can Smash do it? He's fighting up against this Dragon Knight, but not nearly taking enough. MJW is here as well, and the Dagon from afar. They kill off the DP. Buyback again. What are they going to do, though? They don't have an answer. I don't think that they're going to be able to continue this. They're going to jump forward.
Oh,
Catch
wow.
is well going to be, get the Echo Shell off.
Oh, no.
Oh, nice Midas. But then he misses the ulti. Oh, but maybe going to be able to kill him off. There's going to be the axe. Nice Sheep keeping it alive. They're actually going to be able to keep CC alive with this. Arma toggles away. Holy hell, the sheep stick coming in at the very last second from the timber saw. He's earned every one of those 37 charges. Holy hell.
MVP. Surely, MJW. I mean, the rest of the squad holding out for him as long as they could, but he has just turned on once he got that Bloodstone. That was kind of funny. He actually missed, like, he had bots too, and he hit the creep. Could have been a disaster if he wasn't so nearby, but okay, they stay CC.
My God.
So, go EWolves, try and save this game.
They're going to jump in, catch there as well on Visa. He's dropping low, isn't quite dead as of yet, but there's going to be the axe dead as well. And now they're trying to finish off any last bit that they can. They're doing a lot of damage to Smash, and he's dead. The E-Blade came through at the end. GG gets called 150
Unreal.
seconds on the sidelines.
Unreal.
And at the end of the day, look at the graph. Oh my God, FDL, talk about perseverance. Talk about stick-to-itiveness. They do a great job here.
I mean, you can call it possibly mistakes from EWolves, but the fact that FDL were able to capitalize on all of those and played this game tactically in terms of their positioning was just, it was like night and day after that lead. They were just like, oh, guys, we gotta, try and win this thing. Fire Bloodstone, and